Hey, traders, let's get this over with. Pretty rough day. Started off real early. AMAM was the culprit. Pretty huge run for this thing. Made a nice move out the gate. Hit it up over 250. Um, Story of a penny yet again. Ended up getting an ad here, and then I hit it again. It was 112 basically. I actually ended up hitting it twice right there, I think. No, it was a 112. So 200, 200, and then 400. Um, I don't remember what it brought our average to, but I know I put a take profit out, I think at 275. So obviously my average was above that. And this thing came down to 276, or my average was or my take profit was 274 and it went to 275. I don't remember what it was, but I saw live. It's still up right as of right now. It was a penny. It literally missed me by a penny and then shot right back up to the highs. I believe I had 500 shares or so to go out there, which would have brought me down to 300, which then would have made this move a lot more tolerable, because this ad would have been 300 again, 600. And then even if I add into the halt like I did, I'd only have 1200. I had 2400 going into the halt, with nothing taken off. So at this point I had, I think I was down like 840. I did the math, with my current average, which was I had moved my average up to 313. So I actually liked my average where it was. However, the problem is the amount of size I had to get in order to get to that point. So I did the math and basically had it popped out of the halt, it was going to hit my $1,000 stop loss, which it did. It hit it. It tried to close me out. Thankfully, it started to reject as it did that, and we ended up getting filled for, it was like 992, I think, is what we ended up losing instead of getting the slippage. So I guess there was a plus in there. But at the same time, I started thinking I shouldn't have hit it into the halt. I was kind of hoping it was a fake out, but unfortunately, it was not. Or well, it was just not in time, I should say. Had it just kind of rejected out of the halt, we would have been fine, and it would have been a pretty big payday actually. But it wasn't. So it sucks, but it is what it is. I had put an order out at 303 for 2,000 of the shares. This came to 308, and then tried to go back up to 315. That would have been pretty annoying, but it ultimately did come down in test 3, which I probably would have just left the order there, I'm assuming, had I everything I had been through at that point. So pretty frustrating. Obviously couldn't jump back in, had the max loss, etc. Well, how did you take other trades? Well, after I calmed down, I decided to raise my max loss by 200. So I just went to 1200 just to see if I could find anything else, which FSLY popped up. Pretty strong move. Pretty, I feel like normal trade, up through 15, got short, ended up having one ad there as I tried to get back through the highs. I kind of waited for the backside here, or at least what I thought was the backside. Went up, it kind of faked out, hit it again, and scaled out. And that last little bit ended up being the bottom. As you can see, this thing actually grinded higher the rest of the day. Did I take a little bit bigger size than I normally would have? Probably. But moving forward, that might be what we have to do. We might have to end up taking more size, trying to have bigger trades on the ones that just work, and then maybe lower our sauce as well, because having our max sauce that far away, when we're not making anywhere near that, on a daily basis is, I'm starting to feel like a problem. And I know I had my max sauce there from way before and I just haven't moved it, but it's because I didn't know where to put it, at the time. But I'm starting to see that if I'm making, 70, $150 a day, I can't be losing $1,000 in a day. It has to be more like 500 or something like that. So starting tomorrow, it's going to come down. I just don't know exactly where. Probably going to be 500 to start. And I'm also going to be trying to make more, on my starter positions, because I top tick a lot. I usually am right on the first entry. So if I can make more based off of that, then the times that I do get in fights, I'll lose half as much if my max loss is 500. And I won't have to worry about, giving back all that amount. Like if I can make $100 in one trade, that means potentially I can make back a full max loss in 5 trades, not 5 days or even a month. It's been a struggle this year. We're currently red on the year. by a decent amount, mainly because of the mistake we made on Neon, but that is what it is. GCI, this was I didn't even take that many shares. I think I took 300 shares, and I was really just looking for the retest of 272. It came down, didn't really give us what we were looking for, and started to go back up. So I just took it off, basically break even. HOTH was a pretty good one. Pretty nice extension. Finally made its move up through this 311 area, and traded this one twice. Got the top, took it off for, it was 300 shares. It was $30. Went back up, faked out through the highs. Took 200 shares just because it wasn't technically a trade I would normally take, most likely, and hit it again. And as you can see, pretty much bottom ticked that one. I mean, that was just luck because I put the order out for 10 cents, but made another $50 back. So overall, just pretty frustrated. I don't really know what else I could have done different. I don't necessarily think I traded it bad. The only thing I think was this entry here. I probably added a little too quick. Just looking, it was like the first sign that it was rejecting up through 3. I hit the button again, and then it just shot right up into the halt price. And I was like, well, if this is a fake halt, I don't want to miss this ad because that's a huge bar. I mean, this is the bar that you would originally want to be in on, but at the time, you know, the first bar we got in on didn't look that bad, right? It was a pretty nice extension up through 250 up to that 270 area. And like I said, had we got that fill after this ad, I mean, this would have been a banger trade. I mean, it literally went straight up and came straight down. Um, I I totally forgot about this. I tried hitting what I thought was the backside, which it was. But it looked like it kind of faked out, took some liquidity, and was trying to come back up. So I took it off break even. But just a bad day. Emotionally, I mean, this was pretty destroying. So I'm going to try to do what I can to fix it moving forward. Try to cater more towards my strengths, and realize that once we get past that 112 type area, it's probably a trade that I shouldn't be in to begin with. So try to make more on the initial shares, lower the sauce so that these don't happen. And I mean, it's just brutal. It's just brutal to look at. There was so many things that could have went different. Literally get filled 1 penny more. So, it makes this a winning trade. If I actually think if I don't add into the halt, assuming it might be a fake halt, I lived through this because I have 1,200 less shares for it to do this, and then I hit it on the way down, and I'm okay. But the fact that I had these shares, that's an extra 1,200 shares. That's $120 every 10 cents. And this popped up. What did it halt at? 348, and it went to 373. So that's an extra 300 and some dollars, which is what stopped me out because we were down to 840 at the top with those shares. So, I mean, a lot of different ways that this could have went. Unfortunately, it didn't work, and it's starting to get a little frustrating on my end. It's because I'm trying to find that balance, and I'm just having some trouble finding it. So that's all I got. Win or lose, I'm here to show you what's going on and keep it real. So see you tomorrow. Peace.